We are very privileged this week that the Mizrahi World Movement welcomes 1,200 people from around the world to participate in our mega mission, celebrating together the milestone of the 50th anniversary of the city of Yerushalayim. And I want to focus for a minute on the enormity of the meaning of the return of the Jewish people to Jerusalem. I think that the miracle of the return of the Jewish people to the city and how it transpired during the Six-Day War is arguably the greatest miracle that the Jewish people have experienced in 2,300 years since the time of Hanukkah. And I want to compare this to what the great Rav Yaakov Emden says in his introduction to his book on the Siddur Beit El, where he says, the miracle of the survival of the Jewish people in exile over 2,000 years can be compared, he says, to the miracle of Yetziat Mitzrayim, the splitting of the sea. He says, how does, so to speak, the sheep amongst the 70 nations of the world, going through so much difficulty, from expulsion to pogroms, etc., with Rahman al-Islam, the Holocaust which took place thereafter, how did the Jewish people survive? The miracle of its survival, he says, is as great as Yetziat Mitzrayim. But I want to say, there is a distinct difference of the miracles since 1948 and 1967 to those of the survival of the Jewish people, because you see, for 2,000 years we had the hidden miracles of the survival and surviving of the Jewish people. But since 1948 and 67 we have the thriving of the Jewish people. Not hidden miracles with hindsight, but open miracles that anyone who dares to see them will see them kashemesh b'tzoraim, like a sun, the blazing sun in the middle of the day. That is what we have experienced, so to speak, God shining his face upon the Jewish people, doing miracles that we could only read about in books by Yamim Haim, but to experience them Bazman Hazeh. And that is what we are celebrating. The miracle of the return of the Jewish people to their land and the return of the Jewish people to their city in a way that could only be dreamt of Hayinu Kechomim. So let us celebrate together this week wherever we are. Litchaber Yerushalayim, Liot Chaverim Yerushalayim, Ir she'osai kol Yisrael Chaverim, the city which turns all Jews into comrades and into friends. Let us celebrate together. Let us appreciate the enormity of the moment at this auspicious time. Shabbat Shalom.